who first approached you about creating a film about Mats' story? I actually learned about this story through Facebook. I'm friends with Mats' uncle. Every year when Mats passed away, he would write about Mats Steen. But in 2019, he published an article written about his life that was published by the Norwegian Broadcasting System. When I read that article, I cried a lot. I did not know a lot about Mats Ibelin story, but through that article I began understanding much more about his life. So I called up the uncle to just ask him some questions about it, but also to tell him how much that article meant to me. And that was the moment when he told me that his brother had filmed Mats' whole life. And then I thought maybe it's possible to make a documentary film here. So actually the first time when I digitalized a lot of the footage, the first footage I saw was Mats in a playpen as a baby. Right beside Mats was another baby that looked a little bit like me as a baby growing up. And then I saw it was actually me, so I had met Mats without knowing about it when I was very little. So yeah, that was quite a coincidence. Why was it important for you to share Mats' story? For me, I think we have enough celebrity documentaries out there. I really want to tell stories about kind of normal people doing extraordinary things, and Mats Ibelin was that kind of person. I'm very fond of stories about friendships. I'm really fond of stories about human kindness, and also coming of age stories, and all of that I saw in Ibelin's story. I thought it was also very interesting to tell a story inside of a video game, and it could ask some interesting questions about, is it possible to become friends with somebody you never met? You know, is it possible to experience love with somebody you've never met? And although Mats lived a short life, he made such a huge difference in so many people's lives. So I really wanted to tell his story in a nuanced and complex way in the portrayal of him. And I also knew that Mats really wanted to be remembered before he passed away. That was one of his big wishes, and I hope that this film honors that wish. Did you have any knowledge or experience of muscle wasting conditions before directing The Remarkable Life of Ibelin? If not, what did you take away from the experience? Some of my friends have muscular wasting condition, but I did not know that much about Duchenne in particular. So I learned a lot about it while making the film. I learned that it's boys who gets the disease. It's like the mothers are the carriers, and it's a very kind of rare disease. And we had contact with a lot of professors and a lot of organizations that works with Duchenne. So I learned a lot about it through the making of this film. Did you consult with people living with Duchenne during the making of the film? Yes. So we have had a really great collaboration with Cure Duchenne. That's an organization that works with finding a cure for Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And there we got in contact with many people that lives with Duchenne. We also, together with Cure Duchenne and also with Activision Blizzard, World of Warcraft, we made a charity program for Cure Duchenne where people online could buy a pet, and 100% of that money would go to research on Duchenne. So they actually gathered $2 million for research on Duchenne, which I'm very proud about. So yeah, it's been a really, really good collaboration, I would say. What did you want people to take away from the film? I think that for me, this is a story about friendship, a story about asking your friends, how are you doing? And I think that's something we need more in society today. I think that both asking that question but also prioritize to listen, that was something Mats did, and he changed the lives of so many people around the world. When he passed away, his parents received around 50 messages around the world of people telling stories about how their son had totally changed their lives, fundamentally. And they had thought that their son lived a very lonely and isolated life. They did not know about all these friendships online. Have you ever thought about what Mats would make of the film? I've thought a lot about what Mats would have thought about the film, and I've asked his friends and his family many times what would you have thought he would have said if he had gotten a chance to watch it, and then they usually would tell me that he would have been a bit shy about it and thought it was a bit too much fuss around him, but he would also be very proud. That's what they have told me, and I hope that would have been the case. How many people in the muscle wasting community contacted you about the film? What have their thoughts, feedback been? Yes, we have been contacted by some, but most of those contacts have gone directly to Cure Duchenne. We have had special screenings for parents and families and people with Duchenne in the UK. We have screened it for Real Abilities in New York, that festival, and then we have met a lot of people with muscular wasting conditions, but also their families, and those meetings have been very, very powerful and strong for us to meet them, and yeah, they can recognize a lot of the things from the film, and they've also told us how much it means to them to see a story of Mats Ibelin, and through his writing get to know him better, but also see that he made the most with the life he was given. What would you say to those who feel like the film is an inaccurate representation of people with muscular wasting conditions and portrays the community in a pitying light? First of all, I would ask questions about what in particular they would think about the film, and I would listen to that. I would be very curious to hear. We did a lot of kind of test screenings with people with muscular dystrophy, but also all the actors in the film, voice actors for the animated parts, all of them have a disability. They helped form the film a lot. So I would basically ask questions and listen. I wouldn't say anything. I think to get feedback like that would be very good for also future projects. So that would be my reaction, to ask questions and listen and write them down to maybe make it better the next time. What have been the main benefits from the film over the last 6 months? I think that for us, that we have together with World of Warcraft and Cure Duchenne have gathered over $1 million for research. That's been one of the big highlights for me personally. That people have come up to me and said they've been so inspired by the film. One screening we had, a 15-year-old came up to me and said, I don't have any friends in real life. All of my friends are online. Thank you for making this film. Now I can show this to my parents, and hopefully they will understand better why these online friendships are important to me. So those kind of feedbacks are the most important for us, and also people saying that I will ask my friends how they're doing, try to listen to use Ibelin as a role model, which is of course extremely nice to hear. So those kind of feedbacks have been the best for us. How does Mats' family feel now his story is out there for the world to see? For them, it has been a very emotional journey. Before the premiere at Sundance Film Festival in 2024, Robert, the father, had seen the film over 50 times. Now he has seen the film over 150 times. So they've used also this film as part of their healing process. They sit through every screening of the film, and they, for them, they had to reevaluate who their son really was. So it's been very important for them to watch the film to get a better understanding of who their son really was for his friends. And I'm super grateful that they said yes to be part of this film. And they've contributed tremendously to the film. So yeah, I would just like to thank them a lot. And thank you for very thoughtful and good questions. Thank you.